Thousands of flight attendants pushing for new contracts and higher wages picketed at airports around the world on Tuesday. Our next guest was there. I want to bring in Sarah Nelson, International President of the Association of Flight Attendants, representing nearly 50,000 flight attendants at 20 airlines. Her union was one of 3 who picketed on Tuesday. I want to thank you for joining us. Do you feel like this created any momentum in terms of the discussions that are happening with your employers?
Sure. I think that this is showing the airline industry that flight attendants are standing together, just like the UAW took on the big 3, frankly, making the airlines have to compete to the highest standards rather than trying to have us compete against each other for the lowest standards.
In terms of what you're seeking this time, are we talking just about pay? Are we talking about hours? What are we talking about?
Well, first of all, I just want to acknowledge that Joe said 2 days ago that we should have a pay raise. So I want to negotiate with Joe here, Andrew.
Okay.
But
you deserve it. Whenever I'm on a flight, I'm like, I question my whole view of humanity when I see some of the stuff flight attendants have to put up with, Sarah. So I don't know.
Well, thank you.
There might not be enough money.
It might not be enough money, but I mean, let's get real. The flight attendants or the pilots got between 35 and 50% raises. We're talking about being on par. I talked with all of you a long time during the pandemic about the payroll support that we got. That was about keeping everything in place, not going backwards like we did after 9/11. It had been 20 years of austerity. The mergers then pushed passengers together, squeezed more of the staffing out of our work, and had us working longer hours for less pay. So it's been a long time since we've seen any kind of significant increase to our careers, and we're working harder than ever. So we need these pay increases, but we also need pay for all the time at work. And we need to have a secure retirement so people can retire someday and move on and leave room for the next generation to come along. So these are the things that we're fighting for, and there are significant demands, but it's been a long time and they're overdue.
Let's talk numbers. What are you looking for?
Well, it's going to look different depending upon each airline and how that's defined, Andrew, and what we're looking at in terms of how we're getting paid for every hour that we're actually on the job. So those numbers may look different at the end of the day. But when you look at what the pilots got, that we're talking about a commensurate amount of pay, percentage-wise for the flight attendants. So that's going to pan out to very significant double-digit raises and increases in the amount of times that we're getting paid during the day that we're at work.
What do you think is a fair number, though? So I'm looking at some numbers. Let's talk brass tacks, because I think the audience just needs to understand what we're talking about here. So the average flight attendant in the United States at the airlines that you represent gets paid what?
Well, it depends on where you are in the pay scale. So it may be as low as around $25,000 a year when you're starting out. On average, it's going to be around $62,000 a year. We need a significant pay raise from that in order to just have a living wage to get by. So we're talking about somewhere in the range of 30%, depending upon how that's defined across the pay scale and across how it's defined for all of our hours of work.
The starting salary, did you say $25,000?
Yes, and sometimes less than that when you're talking about the regional airlines. This is not enough to live on, and this is why people are sleeping in their cars. We have a lot of people who are qualifying for food stamps out there. We're talking about raising the standards here just so that people can actually make enough to come to work and do the job.
And is that true just on the regionals? Is it on on some of these bigger flights? And the reason I'm asking is you do look at some of the numbers that have been published, and they're significantly higher. I mean,
when you're starting out, Andrew, and you're a major airline, you're talking about between $25,000 and $28,000.
So some of these six-figure numbers just not true.
Well, that is only true for the people who are actually working what would be considered an 80-hour work week for anyone else. So you're talking about people who are really busting their butt. And frankly, do you really want aviation's first responders working so much just to make ends meet when they're trying to also save your lives? I don't think so.
Sarah, it is a much longer conversation. Before you go, let me ask you one thing. Delta, we just had Delta on. They're obviously one of the few non-unionized airlines. What you hear, 2 things about that airline. One is that they're doing better than just about all the other airlines. And 2 is that arguably they pay their people more than all the others with all these bonuses and stock. True or not true?
First of all, it's not true. It is true that they're making more than anyone else, and so they should be leading the industry. We should have a contract there that is setting the highest standards for the industry, and that really does undercut the rest of the bargaining across the industry, not having a union at Delta and not having that negotiating. The pilots actually started the standard at Delta because they were the first to negotiate that pilot agreement, and that set a standard for all the other ones to fall in line. That's what we'd like to see for the flight
Why do you think
attendants and
customer
the airport
satisfaction is
people.
highest at Delta?
Oh, it is not. I was just out walking with the Delta flight attendants yesterday. It was the day that they were getting these profit sharing checks, and they're saying, management can take that away from us at any time. That's not locked into a contract. We can't count on it, and it's not enough.
No,
it's
no,
not
customer
enough for
satisfaction. You look at every customer satisfaction rating for the last several years, even more than that now, and Delta's at the top.
I think Alaska's at the top. Actually,
Better performance in terms of on-time performance. People are happier. I'm just citing statistics here. Why is that?
Well, because you're only hearing the management's voice coming out of there. You're not hearing the voices of the workers talking about the concerns that they have.
I'm saying about the customers. I mean, the customer's voice.
You know what? Customers across the board are supporting us in our contract demands. So I think that we're seeing a real turn here. People are saying, you need to have a union, you need to have a voice at the table, you need to have a fair return for the work that you're creating. And Delta flight attendants are creating more profit than anybody else. They should be seeing a higher return.
Sarah, it's a longer conversation. I will say this, as a longtime flyer, I think that the folks who work at Delta seem to be happier, and I wonder why that is. But it's a long.
Andrew, I understand. I understand that you think that you can do our job well, so I want to invite you to come out with me someday and do that job, because I think Joe and Becky are not.
No, I am not.
He served bug juice at a summer camp like 30 years ago.
I don't think I can do your job better than you can.
Didn't you get Waiter of the Year at the?
I have proudly the one proud